I got a question for you, George.
Fire away.
If you could change something about yourself, besides the obvious, what would you change?
Hard-hitting questions first up. Jesus. I thought you were just going to ask
obviously,
me how my day was.
Besides the obvious stuff, what would you change?
If I could change something about myself, so if I could go back, say, 20 years,
Yeah.
is that what we're sort of along the lines of what you're getting at?
I don't know. Someone
Look,
else.
I would put more of a focus on investments back then.
Nah, not decisions.
Not
yourself.
decisions, myself as a person, what character traits, like that sort of thing.
Just you in general, like George Passes.
Oh, okay.
So if you could change something about
change
yourself, besides the obvious, what would you change?
I don't know. There's nothing that really sticks out at me that I'd want to change about myself.
That's good.
Yeah, nothing that I would like. I'm thinking of like, well, what would I change? What would need to change? Because change for the better, obviously.
Yeah. Well, it's not like
No, exactly right. So
I'll take away a leg.
Yeah, that's it. I feel that I'm working towards all the positive changes in my life.
That's what you want.
No, that's right. I think that's all you can ask. Now, am I where I want to be? No.
No, but I think
But I feel that every day I wake up, I have a lot of challenges in my life. I have a lot of things going on. And I'm like, well, no, today's another good day because I've taken a step in the right direction.
Yeah, and also there are times where, and we'll dive into this, but like I think there's times where you would have loved to be where you are right now.
Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely times. Yes,
I remember thinking to myself, dude, I remember thinking to myself, I would love to just be able to replace my income outside of my job. Like I'd love to just go and do something else and just not even earn what I'm earning, just be able to cover my cost of living. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even interested in making as much as my salary. I was just like, if I could just cover my cost of living, man, I'd be fucking wrapped. And it's like, you pass that and beyond, and then you're still not. And it's like, okay, that's not the problem.
Yeah, that's right. Because you said, Moses says it. He says, you've achieved things that you said would make you happy. All right. And it's like, oh, well, you're right. But then why aren't you happy right now? Or why aren't you content? Because you said once you achieve these things, what a goal, what an amazing achievement. But hey, look at where you are and what you're doing still. What prompted that question out of curiosity? The one you just asked me. What would I change about myself?
Someone told me now.
Oh, really? There you go.
No, the question, but so there's an element of truth to the question, but the joke in the question is also supposed to be like, besides the obvious.
Yeah.
Like, well,
what's the obvious?
What the fuck you saying?
Yeah. He's saying I need to get a nose job or something.
It's like,
I was going to ask that. Yeah. So besides the obvious.
I asked you like 3 times.
Yeah, you did.
But just on that note, George, as well, I recently, well, I say recently, on Monday that just passed, so a week
ago
from when this will air, I watched the UFC at the White House.
Yeah.
And I know you're a super avid.
God bless America.
Dude, let me tell you, no one puts on a show.
No one. No one comes fucking close.
Hey, what? Like, I was watching it and I was like, this is, first of all, flawless. Like, not a single thing went wrong. Like, nothing. Like, apart from like a small portion where the sound didn't sound the same. And it's like they were just working it out at the start because they hadn't had a whole crowd there.
Yeah.
Apart from that, nothing went wrong. I was like, you know what? I get it. Money helps. And I think they spent 50 mil or something on the event. But that is elite production.
Yeah. We went to a home and away games when we were in the state. It's in Vegas. And man, just that was phenomenal. And I'm just looking at everything they were doing. They just go bigger and better and bolder than anyone else when it comes to the entertainment space. I still don't think anyone does it better than them.
Yeah, we went to the hockey. That was sick.
That was so cool.
I was so pumped.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who was playing.
Yeah.
Till now.
No, it's the, what's it called?
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah.
It's
the Vikings.
The Viking, not the Viking. Yeah. Yes, them.
Is it?
Fuck, I got a hat. I've literally got a hat at home.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know who was playing.
Oh man, I do know. That's the worst part.
It's the Vikings.
No, it's not. It's not Vikings, bro.
The Vegas.
It's not. It's the Knights. It's the Golden Knights. That's who it is. 100%. I'm telling you.
Are you sure?
If I'm going to Google it now.
The Las Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, you're right. I'm saying right. I got the same hat.
Oh, no. Yeah, it was.
The Golden Knights?
Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So that was cool. That was so entertaining.
Who were they missing?
Atlanta Giants.
They were missing Boston.
Fucking
They were missing Boston.
No idea.
The Boston, some weird animal, Broncos, or something weird.
Yeah, today.
I remember.
All our American viewers are going to roast us.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
apologize.
Guys. Sorry. We're Australian. And hey, fuck you, actually. That's what. Because Australia beat Turkey. And by the time this airs, you're going to hear that Australia beat the USA in the World Cup. I hope they do. I hope they do. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, you're either going to go viral.
There's so much smack being talked about the Aussies in the World Cup, saying that they're just no names, they're shit, they're this, they're that. They knocked off Turkey, who were favourite to win the group.
Yeah, take that, Turks.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, do you know they want to be called Turquia now? Did you hear that?
No, what do you mean?
Yeah, so they want to be called Turquia. All right, so because that's more in line with from the English translation of Turkey. All right, well, it's called, or in Greece calls them Turquia, right? Which I imagine Turkish when they're saying it in their mother tongue is the same, and that's what they want to be called in the English tongue because it's more in line with who they are as a country, not with the animal.
Yeah, look, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
No, I don't think so either. I was listening to it.
You described it.
I noticed everyone was saying that. I was listening to SEN the other day, and
Turkey.
Yeah, they were talking about the World Cup, and they kept saying Turquia, but they were saying it like that, like in a real Aussie way. I'm like, that just sounds weird, guys. Why the fuck are you saying that? And then someone got on the mic and actually explained it, as I just did.
There you go.
There you go. You learned something new.
To anything from this podcast to date? Yeah, you just learned something there.
That's what it is. So anyway, as long as the states put on a great show at the World Cup, we'll be happy.
They've got a lot happening, dude.
Heaps.
They're
going to wars.
They're in wars.
World Cups. They're doing the UFC at the White House.
All of
fucking
that.
around. All at the same time.
Sunday. That's wild. That is wild.
Operating at another
Donald
level.
Trump must be he must be cooking. There's no way he's operating okay. Like he must be. He fell asleep at the NBA finals. Like
he's old, man. He's old. I fall asleep just when I get home.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. But like, also go to bed.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do. I go to bed early. He doesn't.
Like for him, like go to bed, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you staying up till midnight? You're 80 years old now.
So yeah, on that, massive. They're playing a bigger game. There's so many levels to so many things in your world, in your life, in everywhere. And that's just one element of it. Like we put on events. Imagine we had an event in Sydney last month.
Yeah.
And it's like the mics weren't working properly. I'm like, what the fuck? Like losing our mind. And we spent $1,500 on venue hire.
I was having this conversation with someone and I was like, they're like, what do you think? This is funny because they're like, what do you think of the UFC? And I thought, and my response was, man, they didn't have a single blunder on the event. He goes, you saw everyone get knocked out, all these fighters, everything. He goes, and you're focusing on there was no errors in the event.
How
and
funny,
I was like,
where our attention is.
And I was like, yeah, I guess I just know what it's like. Like we have 100-person event and there's 400 things that go wrong and you're trying not to let
not to lose your shit whilst you're on stage.
You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of stuff happening and you're trying to, and it's like this appeared flawless.
Yeah.
And I thought that was amazing.
And how much would people have hung it on someone if the lights went out? Or
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
one of the mics just stopped working as Dana was there talking about how good America is, and then it's and then it just goes,
yeah.
And then I can't do this, and then it's like, but then I can hear it, but then it's like everyone would go, oh, what a disaster,
That's what I'm saying. Or a light flickers, or something happened, someone fall, like something, the thing they built the thing on the grass, dude.
Yeah,
like there was so much that could have gone wrong, and it's like nothing went wrong
that we saw. And
I thought that was phenomenal. But I've also been looking forward to this card since they announced it.
Really? Was it that good of a card?
The card?
Yeah.
The card was off its head, dude.
Was it? Okay.
You
I should have
remember
watched it. I didn't honestly didn't follow it too much.
7 fights, not one went the distance.
Oh, right.
Every single one was a knockout.
Yeah, right. How good.
It's like great card.
Yeah.
Great card. Any UFC, I will debate you. Any UFC fans, I will. That was a great card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think there was ridiculous expectations set on the card initially.
Yep.
And then when the card got released, people were like, oh, well, we'll just use mine. It's like, it's a good card. Great card. Good fights. Everyone performed. Yeah, it's cool. Recommend watching. Like, even if you just like watching fights, like watch it. There was some serious fights.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking when they first announced it, that, you know, can't wait. And then it's like, now it's gone. Like, it was so far away at one point.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. And now I was looking at the date today, and I was saying to you just before we aired, I almost wrote June 2025 today. You know? And I'm not, I know it's 2026. Like, you know what I mean? I'm well aware. But I just think time is moving so damn, dude, it's like we're going into a new financial year like FY27. Like, time is just fucking not slowing down for no one, dude. And I feel like I have never felt it go quicker in my whole life. And I feel like every time I look up, it's like, oh, 6 months gone. And, you know, one of my goals that I'd set at the start of the year was to get my health in order. And I've fucking completely fallen off. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I need to do this, man. Like, it's like enough. So I get on the scale and I'm like, all right, cool. This is what we're going to do. Here's the plan, blah, blah, blah. And I've done this many times. And every time I fall off, I just got to get back on, dude. Like, it's going to work. I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, it's okay. Like, you were 75 not that long ago. 75 not that long ago. Remember? 75 hard. You did 75 hard. You hit 75 kilos. Two separate numbers, but yeah. You hit 75 kilos when you did that challenge. That wasn't that long ago. You know, you did the carnivore diet. You did carnivore diet again. And I was like, fuck, when was that? And then I realized that was over 2 years ago now. And then it's like, holy fuck. Like, 2 years? Like,
well, man, yeah.
I feel like I'm doing the same thing now. Like, not the health thing. I feel like I'm doing the same stuff I was doing
Same
then.
life? Same life thing?
I've just moved houses.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's changed.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just working the same and doing everything the same and just doing the same stuff. And it's like, 2 fucking years, dude. Like, hey, at best, you get, if that's a time span you're looking at, you get 50 of those at best. Probably more like 35, 40. And it's like, that was one of them gone.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm doing the exact same thing. And
I reckon that a lot of people would feel like that. I do. And I admittedly feel the same way. I've been going through, I always get frustrated when it comes to stuff like this, when I'm thinking like this, you know, it's like, it's always the comparison is the thief of all joy.
But it's not,
it's
not about comparison.
Well, it's also, it's like, but doing the same thing every single time, every single year. I think there has to be that break point, right?
Yes,
and you've kind of
agree.
maybe hit that when you said with your weight, with what's happening with business and life and work and all that sort of shit. And it does get to that point where you go, all right, something's got to change, something's got to snap. And then I think in those moments, that's when you achieve it. I reckon there's moments throughout the times where things happen. I don't think the whole year is going to be extraordinary or that whole period is going to be extraordinary and massive growth and massive change and massive challenges and massive everything you want. But I think there's periods where you go, okay, cool. At that moment, I made that decision and this led to that. So for example, I remember earlier in the year, I was looking at the books. I'm like, okay, I need a project to start around now. Another one. We need to secure another project. And I'm working on it. And I started to make calls. I called past clients. I called new clients. I called a whole range of people. And I hit the phones for about a solid week and a half, and it got me opportunities. I went and saw this person, went and saw that person, went and did whatever it might be. And now we're in the final days, weeks of signing up a project, which is perfect timing because I wanted it to start sort of next financial year. And I was thinking back to it, I was like, had I just gone through and done everything I was doing like I always do, busy, come in, clock out, do what you got to do, that never would have happened. That project never would have come up. And then again, it's like another one's come up again, all from a phone call, right? From one phone call. It was my very first client ever. And I called him up. I was driving past a site in Richmond, and I thought I'm going to give him a buzz and say good day, first of all, because I saw the site and it just reminded me of him. Said, hello, how are you? What's going on? He's like, hey, great to see you, blah, blah, blah. He goes, hey, I'm busy. I'm in a meeting, but come and see me next week. We'll have a chat. Went down there, had a chat with him, saw his operations, like gentleman, lovely guy. And now we're looking at a project, that one that I drove past. It's been sitting on a shelf, which he offered me many years ago. And he's offered it again and said, listen, I want you to build it. You're the only person I trust. I want you to look at it. This is where the number is that I want it to be. Where does it sit? So on and so forth. This will be, if I take it on board, the biggest project I've ever built myself. Ever. And it's huge. We're talking close to, I think it'll be a $25 million project. Massive. Like life-changing project, assuming all goes. Either way, it's either going to go really well or really bad. It's going to change my life. It's going to change my life. So life-changing project. And, at the time when he offered it to me last year, or late the year before,
I was like, time's going?
Yeah, exactly. But exactly right. He came and saw me. He drove up and saw me at one of my apartment projects that we're building. And he's like, here's the job. And I said, look, mate, thank you, but I'm out. I don't want to get into that space. I don't want to do this type of job. We're focused on this. We're focused on that. And now it's come back full circle again. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, give me the reasons why you wouldn't do this.
You're saying that to yourself?
To myself. So give me the reasons why I wouldn't do this. And like every excuse I come up with, it wasn't justified to myself. I'm like, no, that's not a good enough reason not to do this. That's not a good enough reason not to do this. And it's now led me down the path of, well, fuck it, let's do it. So if I didn't do it and said, look, mate, thank you so much again. I'm going to pass. This isn't for me. Get someone else to do it. What's the next 12 months going to look like? What's the next 2 years going to look like? Is it going to be the same shit that I'm doing now? Like keep saying to myself, like, I want the most out of my business. I want the most out of everything I'm doing. Well, if you fucking want it, play that. Like practice what you preach. So this is where now I'm actually I'm convincing myself, but I'm talking to myself and saying, hey, wake the fuck up. This is what you asked for. Everything in this world that you've asked for, that you want, the fucking life, the business, everything. It's right here, and you're fucking saying no.
Why?
Exactly. I think, and that's what I was asking. So why was I saying that? And I reckon, in all honesty, it comes down to not ability. I reckon it comes down to fear. In the sense of like, what if it doesn't work out? What if I go broke? What if I make a mistake? What if, it's all the negative things that come into play. And you know what is easier for me to do? It's like, no, just let someone else do that. I'm going to stay here where it's nice and safe. I'm going to build my $1 to $5 to $6 to $7 million homes. Like that's it. I'm happy there. I'll turn over, 10, 12, 15, $20 million a year. I'm happy to sit in that space. I can do that. That's comfortable for me. But how do I make sure that the next 12 months is the best 12 months? And are there other people out there delivering projects like this?
Of course there is.
Of course. And much bigger. So then why not us? Why can't we do that? I've got the skill set. I've got the resources. I've got the people. Like, why not do it? And I think that's what the turning point was for me just recently, by the way, like 2 weeks ago, just recently there was that turning point and that click in me saying, well, fuck it, man. I don't want to, I keep complaining that, 2 years have gone by and I feel like nothing's changed. Well, you have to change it. No one else. I'm not going to come in and change your life. I'm not going to come in and say, hey, let's go for a jog. First of all, fucking hate jogging. But second of all, I'm not going to do that to you just to help you get better. Not because I don't care, but it wouldn't come in my train of thought. It was never going to come in. I'm not going to walk past your office in the morning and say, oh, you know what? I reckon Robbie needs to start getting in shape. I'm going to start pushing him to do that a bit more.
I can't believe you haven't done that.
I know. I know. I need it right in front of me. So now that you've told me,
what's the so what's the? Are you going to say yes?
Yeah, I'm at the moment. I'm doing the feasibility on it. So I need him to say yes at this point in time, as in to agree to the figure.
Yeah, no. But you've chosen.
I've chosen to put my hat in the ring now.
Yeah.
In the sense of, look, he's told me blatantly. He goes, look, I want you to do it. He goes, because he actually said a really nice compliment. He goes, you're the only builder I've ever worked with that I've never had any issues with during the build, got along with really well, and no issues post construction. I said, mate, thank you. That means a lot to say that. And I'm like, why wouldn't I do it? And all the reasons I kept coming up. He's probably one of the only people I would build a project like this for as well, because of the relationship we have and the type of gentleman that he is. But again, looking at it, if I want things to be different in my life, it has to be me. If I want to have more happiness, have more freedom, have more health, have more success, you've got to just give it a crack. And I think for yourself, as you said, you might have been standing in front of the mirror, you might have been eating a pizza, whatever it was. You're like, fuck this, I have to do something about it. And I think that comes in every person's life. And they kind of call it like the midlife crisis. That's the whole premise behind it, where people look at their life in their, 30s and 40s, some 50s. And that's when they go buy the Harley. That's when they go on the holiday. That's when they do that, because like, oh, what have I done with the last fucking 20 years of my life? Now, even if you're in your 20s, think like that. Now, think like that. That's such powerful thinking. Going, fuck, I'm 28. Shit. I remember when I was 21 and I'm still partying with the boys or the girls or whatever I'm doing every weekend. I need to get my shit together. I want to be going on holidays or traveling or Ferraris or work or whatever it is, businesses. Get your shit together from then. Make your life extraordinary, but it's always up to you, because it's so easy to play in the comfort zone. That's where, and honestly, dude, that's why you're the shape that you are, because you can, or the health level that you're at.
What shape am I?
You're round.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Still holding it together.
It's just the jacket's puffy. It's not
a puffy jacket.
I thought you look like you got big arms.
Me?
I reckon you could bench a lot.
I can.
I reckon you could bench more than me.
And that's what's allowed me to get away with it for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, you know what?
I'm strong.
Yeah.
And you're not fat.
I'll bash people.
You're it's not a level of being, you're not unhealthy. I don't look at you and go, hey, this guy's, if you were, I'd say, hey, you're 100 kilos. Like, sharpen the fuck up. But
imagine that. I would love
massive.
to, the only reason I'd love to eat 100 kilos.
To say you'd have?
Is say when I get back into shape, I can sit there, I used to be 100 kilos.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be cool?
But it'd also be cool to say you can bench 100 kilos.
Yeah.
It'd also be cool. And look, coming back onto what you were just going through, I was the exact same thing with my health. So I've been training for quite some time with the PT. And I've got some great results, feeling a lot better, fitting into clothes heaps better. But still not the exact body shape or fat percentage or physique, anything that I want to be. And it only clicked with me. Like, I went to the gym on Sunday. I went again yesterday. I won't go today. Today's my rest day. But I will go tomorrow, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to step it up, because I'm like, well, I noticed over the last probably 3 weeks, ever since we went away to the Builder Summit, I have just not been eating as strictly as I was. And I let the couple of little bad habits come in, had pizza one night, have whatever. And it's like I went from being about 81, high 81s to 83.2. So I was about a kilo and a half difference in that time period. But like, well, imagine if I kept with it and I went the other way and I was high 70s. Right? But I didn't. I got complacent. I got comfortable. Oh, come on, man. You've dropped a lot of weight. You've been training hard. You've been working hard. Oh,
come yourself out of it.
Exactly. We went to Meat and Wine Co. as a tradition whenever we go into state. Yeah, get the dessert. Come on, get the dessert. Of course. We can get, what's the matter with you? As if we're not going to get dessert.
Get the entrees.
Yeah. So.
Man, I'm hungry.
Oh, me too.
But like, it's more like, so the goal is one thing, and I would dare say most people don't hit most of their goals.
So you reckon it's the goal? I think there's a level of the challenge.
Yeah.
I think that there has to be that sense of adventure in what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Why just keep, like, if someone told me right now, hey, George, you're going to be all right. You're going to make good money, but this is what it looks like. The next 10 years is going to be like the last. All right? Because I've been doing business now for 10 years. And they say to me, it's crystal ball here, say, look, if you change nothing as you are right now, the next 10 years, you'll be cool, but it's going to be the same. I'll tap out now.
Yeah, so that comes down to what you value.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For some people, they'll sit there, thank God.
Yeah. That's right.
Thank God.
That's right. Okay, so I'm going to be okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the comfort zone, isn't it?
100%.
And it's like, it was funny. I was listening to a video and they did a survey and they're like, who are the most content, are the happiest people in the world? Like what socioeconomic person, the age, whatever it is, like who are the happiest people? And they tend to say that looking at everything and everyone, generally the most happiest people are the ones that are middle class. Both people work, they have their holidays, they have their kids, they love each other, they grow old and they die. They don't ever look and go, oh, wow, I can't believe I went to that holiday. We went to the Maldives and we got flown by the chopper and went on the super yacht and did all those sorts of things. And obviously not the other extreme being poverty. But those people tend to be the happiest.
Why?
And it's, well, exactly right. Why? What is it? What's the goal? Is it happiness? Some people it's not. Some people are happy not to be happy, It's not that I don't have to walk around and being happy every single day. I want to go through and achieve. I want to do this. I want to have that sense of adventure and danger. And I think that's what, for me, that's what I want in my life. I want that sense of adventure or that sense of challenge. And, there's so many aspects and times in my life where I could have walked away or I could have taken an easier route, but I haven't. I'm still here, still pushing event space. 3 years ago, we never thought it would be where it is today. Never. Never. If someone said to me, hey, you're going to be touring the fucking country, doing this 4 times a year, plus all the other shit that you're doing, making this much money, I'd be like, get fucked. I'm not going to do that. I'm a builder. Why would I ever step into that? Podcast. All right. We're here. We're talking. We do this every single fucking week. I never in a million years, honestly, hand on heart, thought I would ever do this. I mentioned it. I'd put it out there and said, oh, I'd like to do a podcast. I never thought I'd do it with someone. I thought I might do a podcast myself. And I guarantee you, if I did this by myself,
it would have stopped.
It would have stopped.
Yeah, I agree.
Without a doubt. I don't know how you feel about it, but I would have stopped 100%. I would have stopped.
It's hard.
And you know how many people will give you shit along the way as well. Like people aren't going to be in line with your dreams. I was speaking to my old man the other day about this job and he's like, fuck, $26 million. That's a big job. Like already insinuating, hey, do you want to take that on? That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of this. Trying to protect me. Stay here where it's comfortable, where it's safe with me, where you don't have to go out there and stress yourself. You'll get a lot of criticism along the way. And that could be some other people. Like that's what some people might think of too. They go, well, I'm not going to do this because I'm going to get criticized heavily by doing so.
Yeah, but so I think it's a challenge against time. Because okay, if you don't do this now, when are you going to do it?
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to do it when you're 70?
What do you
back hurts a lot.
Like what are you waiting for?
Yeah, and that's my fitness goals around that perspective too. It's like, well, I could, again, very easily, hey, I'm 40 now, man. Like, fuck. 40, I got the wife, got the kids. What do I need to work out for? I'm set. I got the business. I can just sit here and just be unhealthy. No, fuck that. Fuck that. Go get the 6-pack. Go have the best fucking body and strength and health that you can possibly get at 40. There's no reason. Are there people that are amazingly healthy in the best shape of their lives at 40?
Yes.
Of course there is. So why can't you? Why have you bought into the, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stress myself. So yes, I think you're 100% correct.
Yeah. And I just, I turned 35 this year. And
closer to 40.
I look at time and I just think, fuck, like time is fucking going, huh?
That's funny because I look at that and go, fuck, I'd love to be 35.
Hey, don't you turn 40?
I'm 42.
You already turned?
No, in July.
Oh, it's like, okay.
Fucking 3 weeks away.
And it's just like, hey, like this is all passing by. Like, maybe you can see, like, you look at your parents now and you're like, oh, like you're getting, like I can see age it's happening to everyone, like to everyone around you. Like you look at yourself now, you sit there like, hey, like fuck, mid-30s, huh? Yeah. Like that's and you look at your parents and you start to notice they get older. I'm sure you look at your kids, and you start to think, fuck, like
I copped that a few years ago, and even more so now. It's partly why I'll go into that in a second. But do you look at your parents or your mum and say, in your mind, is she younger than what she is now?
Yes.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
same. I think of my parents. I think of my parents as like 40. You know, like I think of them as when I was a kid. That's how old they are in my mind. They're 40 to, and that was old. I was old as fuck.
Yeah, 40 is old.
Yeah, it's like it's no good. And it's you know what I loved a couple of weeks ago doing the podcast with my dad? I just loved that we had that moment doing the podcast together.
Yeah, that's
I never would have thought that that would ever happen ever in my life.
Yeah,
but how cool is it going to be that one day we shared that moment? And he'll come back once the robots are here and he can say, I fucking told you so.
Yeah. I
but
fucking told you
it was
guys.
great to have that connection live on TV, on air. Like,
yeah, and now it lives forever.
lives forever.
Yeah, it's online.
It's always there.
It's in the app,
Anyone can
that's
look at it. My kids, my children's children, like they can see that interaction. Hey man, I'm going to do a shout out. Can I give a shout out?
Yeah, go for it.
My cousin in Greece, his name, do you want to give a drum roll? It's George Passos.
No.
Swear to God, my first cousin, he messaged me the other day. George, if you're listening, this one's for you.
Shout out to George.
Shout out to George in Lesbos.
You're just making me say shout out to George.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. His name's Joshua.
You're going to clip it? You're going to clip it? You're like,
No, but he's saying he listens to every episode from Greece, from a little village, Skalochori in Lesbos. He listens to it every fucking week. So shout out to George. Thanks for
shout out to George.
all our listeners in Greece listening to this right now. But yeah, my dad went there a couple of weeks ago. He left and he was saying everyone in the village always listens and watch. He goes, half of them don't understand. So we've got to get that whole Mr. Beast things that translates to Greece, to Greek, so they can understand it.
We can do
it.
But that's going to be weird, but we can do it.
It's going to be so weird. But yeah, back to what I was saying, like great that I could share that moment with him there. And you mentioned now the kids. There's a part of me that wants to have more kids, all right? Because I miss that toddler phase, you know, when you open
so how
up
old
the
are your
door.
kids now?
So 9 and 11 turning 12. So my son's turning 12 in July. And it's like, I'll open the door when I come home. No one's running down the hallway anymore.
Nah, they don't give a fuck.
No, give a fuck. They're gaming. They're in the zone. You know, they're eating dinner. And it's like no one comes and does that. And my daughter, funny enough, did that, I don't know, 4 weeks ago, let's say. And she
Just
saw
as
like
a one-off.
It was a one-off. Like I opened the door and she happened to be in the hallway when I opened the door and she's like, Daddy. And she comes over and gives me a hug. I'm like, that's a great thing. I've actually got a video on my phone of when they were both young. Like I could talk. Yeah, it was fucking the greatest thing ever, you know? And I had a realization that I'm thankful that I realized it early enough when they were young enough that selfishly I needed to make the most of every single one of those moments when they were young because they're going to get old and they're not going to do that one day.
So you knew that early on?
I realized that when my son was about 5 years old, 5, 6 years old. And he's growing up. And so is my daughter very soon. And they're going to both be at that age where they're not going to be running to me when I open up the door. And I wanted to make the most of it. And then there's part of me now thinking, fuck, I would love to have another kid. I'd love to have a little toddler that I'd come home and just hug and kiss and just play with all the time. And it's funny how often people take things like that for granted. And I understand that the charge most of the time for the man of the family because he has to work and he's got to sacrifice that time with them to give them the life that they need and they deserve. That is a sacrifice, but when you are home, when you are with them, being present is really powerful and really important because, again, one day you'll be on your deathbed and you're going to be like, fuck, let me check that email. Let me just clear my inbox. You're going to be like, I wish I spent more time with my kids. I wish I spent more time with my family. I've seen it. A lot of people have that regret. But then again, this is the whole sense of adventure. Sorry if I'm rambling, but I'm going to Singapore soon. We were going to go to Greece and I was going to but the flights got cancelled. We were going to cancel the whole trip and not do anything. But then I'm like, no, fuck it. Let's go. Let's go do something and create memories and have that time because I'm not going to look back at this and go, oh, I'm so glad I didn't go overseas and got to stay at work for an extra 2 weeks, you know, and keep working on tenders and invoicing and fucking this and that and HR issues and whatever it is, you know. So we're like, no, let's go because our kids, they're still at that age where they want to do these things with us. So we're making the most of those opportunities and going out there because I don't want to get to the end of this year, get to the end of next year, get to the end of the year after that and be like, man, still in the same spot.
Now they don't want to do it.
No, they don't. But this is just every aspect of your life. You can look at it like that. This podcast.
Yeah, it's wild.
I think I would be somewhat disappointed if the conversations were exactly the same in 2 years' time. I'd be somewhat disappointed if this was we're just going through the motions. That, if we don't have the audience of XYZ by that stage, do you know what I mean? There'd be a level of like, well, what's the point? Why do we keep doing this day in, day out? I can talk to you for an hour just for going for a coffee. Yeah. Why do I need to sit there and do that?
Dude, I'm trying to find a video for you now. You just reminded me of something. And I can't find it right now. But
if you want to find it, I can talk a bit.
I will find it for you. And you got to remind me though.
Yeah.
Because I think this is something you're going to want to... Fuck, I got no idea what it is. But it's something you're going to want to hold on to. So I didn't know this, and I'm going to... Fuck it. If we're shouting people out overseas, I'm going to shout people out overseas. On your 40th birthday, there's a video that I hadn't seen until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, right. So the one that you made?
Iggy. I didn't make anything.
No, as in that, when Nicole came in and you guys were doing a video together?
No.
Like that?
That got that screen.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So when that screened on the big screen?
Yeah.
There's a video of your reaction. I didn't know. I don't know if you knew you were being taped. I didn't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and there's a video of the video playing and a video of you watching it. And I think it's really cool. Yeah. I only saw it the other day.
No idea that was happening.
And I messaged Iggy and I was like, hey, what? I never saw this video, dude.
How funny.
Yeah, it's like a chopped thing. Like, you say someone's watching and then the video that's playing, it's sick.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That was so cool. That was such a great surprise. So cool.
Nicole didn't ruin it when she asked where she can use the projector.
Oh, no. Obviously, I knew something was going on there. Jesus.
Yeah, that was funny as.
That was so funny.
That was funny as. But yeah, there's a cool video. Remind me, and I'll get it for you. But I'm going to take this conversation in a...
Oh, and also shout out to Iggy.
Shout out to Iggy. Yeah.
OG.
Yeah, he messaged me the other day. He saw a videographer.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so funny. Who the fuck is this?
Fuck this guy.
Anyway, so on everything you're saying, time is passing, yeah? And I'm going to give you... Convince me. Why should I have kids?
Oh, sick.
You just spoke about it. It is something that I've thought about and I go hot and cold on the topic.
Yep.
So sell it to me.
I'll sell it to you.
Because I'll take this in a sick way. I'll tell you something pretty personal.
And everyone else.
And maybe, yeah.
Not just me.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe someone can relate. I've always thought, for a long time, I thought you grow up, you think you're having kids. Then...
Yeah, the natural progression of life.
Yeah, you're kind of like, like that's what everyone's doing.
Yeah, go buy a house, get old,
and
die.
then I had a period in my life where I thought, there's no fucking way I'm having kids. And then, because I came like late 20s, I thought, nah, I do want this. You know what I mean? And more recently, like maybe a year ago, I reckon I'm recorded on this podcast saying, yes, I want to have kids. And then more recently, there has been times where I've thought, you know what? Like if the idea of having kids went off the table, I would feel a level of relief. Which is a weird thought. Because you're like, why do I feel relief? Is this pressure on me? Am I applying this pressure to myself? Where's the pressure coming from? Why do I feel that way? I shouldn't feel good. If I feel good about the option being off the table, then maybe I don't really want it. Blah, blah, you know what I mean? So, and now I'm like hot and cold on it. I'll do it. I don't give a fuck. But
have an army.
Sell it to me.
Yeah.
Like, because I'll tell you the concept that I debate in my head. Most people that have kids, turn around and say, don't have kids.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, most of them say like your life goes, your life's gone, your next 20 years are gone.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think, just on that, I think the majority of people live in that world. And I think they're not fit to have kids. All right? We see people like, how do I say this? We see people, my wife and I won't say who, where, what, how.
Say who, say where.
John Anderson at 43 Wallaby Way, Sydney. No.
Is that from Nemo?
You fucking knew the reference.
Me,
Shit.
of course.
Oh my God.
A movie.
P. Sherman, 32 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
You know.
Hey, I got kids. Look at all the things you're going to miss out on. Yeah. So, just there's people that I see that go, man, you should never have had kids. They are an inconvenience to them. It's like, they still want to go out and party and have get smashed on the weekends, just live their life, go on holidays, have no obligation, but then their kids are, oh, I've got to take the kids to basketball. Oh, I got to she's sick today, so I got to stay home. Oh, and it's like, fuck, dude. I don't think you will properly grow up until you have kids.
Come on, dude. I'm pretty adult.
Nah, you're not.
You don't reckon?
Until you love someone more than you love yourself.
But so you don't think...
And I'm not talking about your missus or anything like that. I think...
What about your parents?
Huh? What about your parents? What about them?
You don't love your parents more than you love yourself?
No, not at all. Not at all. If you said now, like, would you die for your parents?
Yeah, but your parents wouldn't let you.
No, that's not the question, though. But would you die for your parents? Like, a lot of people would say, yeah, I would die for my parents.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But I wouldn't. And I love my parents. I'm not saying anything bad. I wouldn't die for my parents. It's not the natural order of things. No, sorry, Dad, you got to die. I've got lives to live, and I've got my kids. My kids need me, and so on and so forth.
But the question
and you're
here,
right. I would want the same for my children as he would want for me.
The question here is, would you be willing to? That's the question. And I think, like, for example, like if you had to jump in front of a bullet for your mum, wouldn't you? I'm pretty fucking sure you would, dude. You wouldn't be like, nah. You wouldn't, dude. You just wouldn't. It wouldn't come.
Yeah, look, there is a. Yeah, that's right.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes. I know what you're saying too. Yes, but I don't think they would want me to either.
Yeah, I
know
agree.
what I mean?
Yes,
it's like,
be like, no,
like never. Exactly. That was fucking dumb. Yeah. I'd be annoyed if my child did that to me.
I get that.
So there is a level where I've got to like, hey, you're right. Like, you've lived your life, regardless of how long or short it is. Anyway, off topic. We're talking about you having kids. Now, first of all, again, a very personal question, and it's not my job to convince you to do that.
It is. This is 100%.
Well, how else are you going to call your kid fucking George?
I'm not saying.
All right, that's a George Chakir. That fucking has a good ring to it.
Sounds like GC. No. I'm not saying convince me. Don't.
No. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's just like you're seeing a lot of people. Yes, exactly right. It is until you'll see the love that you have between a child and yourself, that there's no describable feeling behind it. You know, when you genuinely love something more than anything else, more than yourself, more than your partner, more than anyone. And it's like all sense gets taken away, like common sense, knowledge, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. There's no logical reason, but you love them more than anything in this world and you would do anything for them. That's first of all. I think you do grow as a person. They will teach you things.
I've got no doubts.
There will be challenges. There'll be everything. But what I say with that is it's an adventure. All right. You've got to go through the shit phase where, you know, they're literally changing shit every day, where they're sick, where you're worried about them. It's like the greatest joy and the greatest stress in your life. You know, you want nothing more than for them to be healthy. And then if they are ever sick, God forbid, you know, that's one of the worst things ever. And you hear stories and, you know, touch wood of terminally ill children, and it's like, fucked, you know, and all the bad things that happen in this world. Is like, why would you bring children into this world with rapists and murderers and fucking pedos and all this shit going on and world wars? And it's like, why would you bring children into this world? I think there's a huge level of, it's just the connection, and I do believe you will truly grow up as a person when you have kids.
What do you think? I would, yeah, okay.
You will change. Your whole mindset will change. Like change. Everything, but for the better.
I've got no doubt
for the better. Change. And I think this is where I say it has to be a decision with you, because if you look at it and go, no, the kids would be such an inconvenience, right, to me in my life in the future, whenever it is, like it's going to be such a huge inconvenience. You're never going to sit back on your deathbed and go, oh man, like I'm so glad we never had kids. I reckon 90% of the people out there that make the decision, and, you know, power to you, no judgment.
Yeah, but like, hold on. So are you living for your deathbed?
What do you mean?
Like, is that the whole...
No, but we're talking about even now having a meaningful and impactful life.
Yeah.
I think for me, children fall into that category.
Why?
Because that's a challenge in itself. That's a growth thing in itself. That's a love that you'll never experience if you don't ever have kids. It honestly is. It's a level of love and just connection that you will never, like, without having kids. I can't describe it to you. It's like everyone can appreciate, oh yeah, I can appreciate what it's like having kids and being a dad or being a mum.
Why can no one describe it? Because I feel like, and maybe you'll pull this clip up one day. But I feel like if I chose to have kids and I did, or I could,
Yep.
I feel like I'd describe it. I feel like
you could.
I feel like I'd be able to put it into words.
Here's an Excel spreadsheet.
This is exactly. Let me say it. I'll give you the 10 steps.
Yeah.
I feel like I could give an analogy that would be
Yeah.
very relatable.
Yeah. There's I'm sure there's plenty of analogies and reasons, but it's the emotion behind it. I think it's the person that you become on the journey of having children. For me, they're not an inconvenience in any way whatsoever. If something's happening, if something needs, we was out for breakfast the other day, and there was a kid kicking a chair and throwing shit, and I was just laughing at that. Like I thought, like other people around was like, "Oh, shut your kid up." I'm like, man, fuck.
I think that all the time.
Yeah, but I look at that as a father and go, that's the greatest thing ever. I go, you need to embrace that, because one day he's going to be sitting there, not fucking talking to anyone on his phone, and he's not going to be kicking the chair. He's not going to be doing those things. Like you have to have the good with the bad. It's not just everything is great and everything is amazing. There are things that you have to do and you have to sacrifice, but it's all worth it. It is all worth it at the end of the day. And you know what? There's a whole level of
logic.
Kill you with logic. Okay, there's you get to pass on your seed and your generations for years to come. You get to teach them to be men, to be women, to be whatever they're going to be when they grow up. There's your name lives on, from a logical point of view. Your influence in the world lives on. I think you would make a great dad as well.
Sick dad.
You'd be sick dad. Exactly right. Exactly right. You would teach them core values that you've learnt over the years, and it would be a very fulfilling part of your life, more so than anything you have ever done before. That's what I believe. I genuinely believe for everything you will have and will accomplish in the future, there will be no greater achievement that you will make in your life than having children. And you will look at that the day that you do have them, assuming that you do one day, and you will look at that and you will go, George, you were fucking bang on. And we're going to clip this here, and then you're going to replay it, and we're going to go, yep, you were fucking 100% right.
Yeah, it's definitely a It's
do you think about it more now as well because you're in a more committed relationship?
Of course.
When I say, more committed, I'm saying you're in a relationship now, so you think about it. So to give you context as well, my wife, before we were married, she didn't want kids either. And she was very much of the opinion like, no, I'm not going to have kids, fuck that. All right, but it's like, well, also when you find someone that you love, that you want to have a family with, that you want to have kids with, and you want to go on that journey with as well. That's also a part of the experience, because there'll be challenging times between you and your partner as well during the time that you have kids.
But so it's like I'm trying to work out how to say this without sounding like a...
No, just say it, because it's all, at the end of the day, it's not, I think your intent of what you're trying to say is out there. You're just putting it out there in words.
It's, I don't think like everyone seems to worry about the financial elements.
Oh, it's not even a question.
I don't even think about it at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you spend way more money. Like, no one's going to say, kids don't, I think, I could be completely wrong about this, but I think kids don't cost that much. I think it might add
from the perspective
$300-$400 a month.
Yeah, from the perspective of keeping them alive,
like
feeding them.
Nappies and food.
Food,
I think it's the emotional toll
mm-hmm.
that is the, like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a big deal. Like, you can't sit there 3 years in, sit down and do something.
Yeah, we're tapping out.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That's right.
It's
a lifelong commitment. Yeah. A lifelong
or at least 20 years. Like,
at least.
You know what I mean? Like, at least 15. Oh, I was saying, like, until they're an adult. But it's like, I don't know. My thing that made me question it was like, why did I feel a sense of relief? Like, I shouldn't have felt that if this is what you want. I guess my fear around it, obviously there's the fear of, like, knock on wood, anything ever going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's fear number one.
Yeah.
And then fear number two is almost like it's almost like a selfish fear, like in the way of, like, man, like, if that happened and I was still in the same position 10 years down the track, like, what if you, not, I don't say you blame the kid, but like, fuck, it'd be, because obviously it's your fault if you are and you're not happy with it.
When you say your same position with what?
Like,
Sorry.
imagine you're still sitting there slogging away, working, not making as much money as you want.
Yeah, but here's the thing though with that too. I think it's been statistically proven. You actually go out there and make
I've
money.
heard that. Yeah.
Because now you have dependence, now you have things. It's like, when my wife and I made the decision to send our kids to private schools, I was looking at it, I was like, fuck, serious? It's another wage every year. That's a lot of money. And it's like, cool, we'll make it work. Get them in there, let's make it work. And you keep finding ways to make more money. You keep finding ways to grow, and it becomes the new normal. That's what will end up happening with yourself too. You've got to go out there. And now whether that's with your partner and whatever she's going to do as well, like there's that element of it as well. I don't think that fear is something you should.
Not the money, the emotional toll.
The emotional toll is a gift. That's how you have to look at it. It's a gift. Everything that you've got, like all the good experiences and all the bad, it's like we said it, the other day. Do you want that life where it's just going to be this? You're just going to cruise by for the rest of your life. Nothing good's going to happen, but nothing bad's going to happen. That's exactly what having kids is like. The kids is the extreme highs, extreme. When I say fucking extreme, the top of the top. You'll be in bed one day and your 2-year-old's going to come over to you and say, I love you, daddy. Right? And hug you. And then you're hugging this little fucking animal that you made that loves you more than anything, that you are its entire world. And you're like, fuck me, I will obliterate civilizations for this child. I will defy all logic and commit genocide across everywhere for this one child. That's where I'm saying it becomes illogical and what you will and won't do for that child. In the same token, you'll get extreme lows where they might get sick, or they break a leg, or they're just fucking the naughtiest child on the planet. Went out a few days ago with some friends and they've got a 3-year-old and he was losing his mind because he didn't get a lemonade, and he's like causing a fuss in the restaurant. I'm just there laughing. I think it's the greatest thing ever. They're like stressed out to the hill, like sit down, like be quiet, but okay, here's your lemonade, shut up. The kid didn't even drink the lemonade. All right. And it's like, this is what you get. You get the good with the bad. And one day that kid's going to be 18, 20, 30 years old, and he's going to be out and ordering his own lemonade. Or he might even hate lemonade. Who knows at that age? But it's not going to matter at that point in time. So my take on it is it's the person you'll become that you never thought would even existed, and the journey that it will take you on. You'll become so much better. I might like you more. I don't know. Might be better friends.
So what's stopping you?
Having more kids?
Yeah.
My wife. No, look, for us, it's a different stage in our life now. Had we made this decision 5 years ago, I think I'd be more inclined.
So, okay, why'd you stop at 2?
I think 2 was, right. Felt right. That's probably the best word for it. Yeah, boy, girl. If we had a kid today, then it's another year before it's born. Then I would be a 52-year-old with a 10-year-old. It'd be one of those that I know, but that's what I'm. There's a big age gap between him and my.
Tony Robbins had a kid at like 63.
Yeah. I know, and my intent, part of the reason why I've put such a big emphasis on my health, is because I want to be that 50-year-old that's jacked and still playing with his kids or whatever it might be. Just my son walking past me at 18 years old, giving me the shoulder, but then thinking, "Fuck, I better run because this old man's going to beat the shit out of me." So. There's a huge element of that too. So I know I'm going to be, and it's like you said, there's no question about it. I know I'm going to be fit. I know I'm going to be strong at that age. It's, I think it's more a lifestyle thing for us at the moment. We're out of nappies. We go on holidays when we want to. We've got a jet ski. We've got the cars. We've got the life. Like at the moment, it would just be a huge culture shock for us and the family. So,
but isn't that the exact same thing?
What we were just saying, yeah. Yeah, but I think both people have to be on board with it too. It's not just one. It's not just me or my wife raising the child. I think it's important that, what you're saying here too, I think it's wildly important. No, just critically important that your partner is on the same boat. Because if she doesn't and you do, or you do and she doesn't, there's a huge disconnect there. She'll resent you one day, or you might resent her, or you'll be like, well, you wanted to fucking have kids, like deal with it. All right. So I think you have to be on board with your partner when it does come to kids too. Because I've seen too many people, they'll either end up in a divorce, or you just have what I just described to you before, where the kids are an inconvenience to the adult's life, and they're like, fuck, I can't wait for you to turn 18 so you can get the hell out of this house and go rent somewhere.
So why you said you believe most people live in that space?
Look, not most people. I think a lot of people do though.
Yeah, more than half? Like a majority?
Look, I'd like to think no. You know, I want to think. I know. I'd like to, but from what I've seen is a lot of people say, "Oh no, I love my kids," and it's like, yeah, but there's a little priority there. Like you'd much rather be out with the mates and having beers, or
I'm sure everyone loves their kids.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that too. But it's like, how much of a priority do you put on them, or do you wish you could still live the life that you lived when you were 23? I don't know. I see a lot of that. I don't know. Maybe that's that because the people that I'm hanging around with are midlife crisis type people, you know, in their 40s and looking back at their life going, fuck, am I doing the same thing every single day? Maybe they just don't have enough fulfillment in their life that when they come home in a Groundhog Day and doing the same shit every day, that they look at that and go, oh, I wish I was 23 again. I've got to take the kids to basketball.
Yeah, but a lot of people fall into that trap.
I think they do, but we were talking about that now, and we could fall into that trap in business. And that's partly why I'm trying to challenge myself from a physical point of view. And I think you're bang on with starting the health thing again. And what are you going to do, by the way? You're going to go do 75 hard, or are you just going to no specific diet or anything?
Like stop eating.
Are you still going to the Saint?
Yeah, but I'm about to stop.
Oh yeah, come to Good Life. We'll train together. Yeah, you get a global
I'm
membership
there. I'm going to kill off. Yeah, they pissed me off, dude.
Yeah, did they? Because I was still going to go there.
Like, hey, you're going to charge a premium price and but you can't go and sting every dollar in every opportunity you get.
Is that what they do though? Do you feel like that's in what sense?
You got to pay for parking.
Oh, okay.
You got to pay. You know what I mean? It's like you guys, every single opportunity you get an extra buck out of us, you're taking it, and it's okay. Like it's good.
I mean, but honestly, that one time
I've got a spare room. I'm going to buy a sauna and ice bath.
Yeah, that one time I went with you. It was a cool gym.
It's nice.
It was nice equipment. It didn't have all the stuff that I wanted, as far as equipment was concerned. But yeah, I could see it's a nice place, a place to hang out. But you know what the thing is? You go there for networking because you're seeing high value individuals that can afford a $15,000 membership for the year. That was the
concept, yeah.
I look at it, and if someone comes up to me at the gym when I'm working out and say, don't fucking touch me and don't talk to me, go away.
Yeah, well, I also am that guy.
That doesn't want to be spoken to?
Yeah. I'll like put my headphones in. And
yeah, exactly. Like you're in the zone. Like I don't talk to anyone at the gym ever, unless I'm with a person that I'm training with. Yeah, that's a little bit different. And I like I'm all for having a training partner to actually go there and because you can push a bit more when you have someone spotting you as well. But yeah, I think I'd much rather. I was going to buy a membership. Honestly, I was going to go there not long ago and get one. But then I thought, you know what? I'd rather have a PT and do the training with him as opposed to putting it into there.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's how I looked at it instead.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do anything. Every time I've done a dramatic shift. Going back to the health thing, every time I've done a dramatic shift, it hasn't lasted.
Yeah, it has to be a lifestyle change. It can't just be for the next 3 months.
I want to just get into the habit of just stop eating like a fat person.
Yeah.
And
because it doesn't stop. It compounds.
Yeah.
And especially if you're not moving.
Focus on like today I just went, instead of sitting down and having a whole lunch, I just walked. I went for a walk and I picked up a protein bar and I was just like, I'm just going to get some steps in, just get some movement in.
Yeah.
And just building little daily habits. Like even yesterday in the morning, I just got up and went for a walk.
Yeah. Well, if you do it again, let me know. We'll go for a walk.
Yeah.
Because I found it, funny enough, a walking buddy, like one of my mates, he lives in South Melbourne, not too far from me. And we'll often catch up almost every week and we'll go for a good 1.5 to 2 hours walk. Almost every morning, like when we had the long weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday mornings, went to his house and went and walked, through botanical gardens, through the tennis center, through the city, and back through South Melbourne again. And it was like, we walk 12,000 steps or whatever it might be in that stint, and we just talk shit. Like it's a good catch up. It's healthy. Like we're out and about. Yeah. It makes such a big change to the rest of your day. You're starting off with a win like that.
Yeah, just doing like walking meetings. A lot of people do walking meetings.
Yeah. I find my conversations don't go for long enough. So I'd have to call multiple people during that time.
Yeah. Well, just do that. You just call people you yarn. But yeah, just changing. I guess I got to the point where I'm like, all right, what I've been doing isn't working in the way that I want. So I'm just going to change some shit.
Yep. And as you said, it's just got to be that lifestyle change, I reckon.
Yeah,
it can't just be like, and look, man, go have the donut every now and then. You know what I mean? It's not, no one meal is going to make you fat at the same way no one meal is going to make you skinny.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, cool. Like you go get a burger, like eat one, don't eat two.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. In moderation. Exactly. Yeah, and the same thing
like
with
just
the
have
donut.
one burger.
Yeah.
Exactly just have one donut. And it's like that sort of stuff.
Right. I couldn't agree more with you when it comes to that. It's like the time when we went to Meat and Wine Co. Yeah, we ate. We actually worked out that day. I went to the gym, but it's like I still had dessert. And I was like, well, fuck it, man. It's like I can reward myself every now and then. It's not a matter of me not being able to eat this food. It's just not going to happen every single night.
Yeah, and I
that's
think
all it has to be.
But I think what it did for me, because like I've got you don't mean you know you've done something. You're like, hey, I can do this.
Yep.
I know I can do it. It's more like like that much fucking time passed.
Yep.
And you didn't even feel it. You know what I mean? They kind of like just went. And then the next thing you know, you'd be 40 and you're old. Nah.
Like me.
Nah, like dude, next thing you know, you're 50.
But you know, as much as we joke about it, dude, like it'll come so fucking quick.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
And we're going to be at your 40th party.
Yeah.
All right. And it's going to be like
teasing George.
Used to tease George about this. And I'm here with your two kids.
Yeah. 2 kids by 40. Yeah, that would make sense. Huh? Anyway, then you're 40, then you're 50, then you're like, oh fuck, like I've got 15, 20 years of work left, maybe at best, and then I'm done.
Look, even my dad was saying that. He goes, hey, I'm 69. You just turned 69 years old. I'm like, hey, like you could still live another fucking lifetime, right? You could still live another 30 years. Like you can't kick the bucket yet. You keep saying, I'm at the age I could go in day now. It's like, you could. Yes, you're right. You could get the fucking knock on the door, but you could also live another lifetime. You could see great-grandchildren. Okay?
Yeah.
Like you could be old enough that, touch wood, your children go before you. Like, it can happen. These things can happen.
It happens to people all the time.
Happens to people all the time.
Yeah, they're 85 and their kid's 60 and gets sick and people die at 60, dude. It. Like
happens all the
time.
They're
50, people die in their 50s. And it's just like that mortality reminder, dude.
Yeah.
Like how quickly time is going and how it just goes quicker and quicker.
I feel that at the age that you and myself are at, it just becomes more prominent. It just becomes something that's closer. That you just look back and reminisce a little bit more. And I think when you have that moment with friends, with family, with yourself, whatever it might be, and you go, fuck, okay. I reckon there's a moment that exists like that multiple times throughout the year. My dad had this exact same moment, actually, funny enough. So we were a couple of years ago, he went to Greece, and he was quite large, and he put on a lot of weight because he ate like a fucking animal when he was there, right? Because that's all they do. They just sit there, eat, and drink. And he came back, and he was 130 kilos. Right? Now, if you saw him on the podcast the other day, he's probably around 100 kilos. He lost 30 kilos. I said that to him. I was like, yeah, you're looking slim. Yeah, he lost 30 kilos. And it was for one person that did it for him, all right? My wife. She goes up to him, and he knows Nicole's quite blunt at the best of times. And we're at his house, and we're just over for lunch or something like that. She goes up, they were talking. She goes up to him. She goes, hey. She goes, you're not going to see your fucking grandkids. You're fucking fat. Like, start losing some weight because you're not going to be around to see them grow up. And it's like, he told me this only recently, like last month. He goes, that moment right there, he goes, I don't know if she caught me in the right moment. I don't know what it was. But in that moment, he goes, I made a decision to change and lose that weight. So he got up, started walking, eating healthier, not binging, not, having one burger instead of two, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, just like...
And it's like he's done that, and he's at the point now where he's in great shape for his age, and he's doing well, and he's still losing a bit of weight, and he's still going on his walks, and he's fitter, better version of himself as a result of that one moment that hit him.
At almost 70.
Yeah, at almost 70, right? And he lost it 30 kilos. That's a lot of fucking weight,
30 kilos
30 kilos is huge.
Fucking,
that is a lot of weight.
You'd roll around differently.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. He can breathe better. He can sleep better. He can move better. Everything's positive when it comes to that. But he had to have that one moment where he's like, okay, I need that wake-up call. Now, you've had it recently, and you're not even in that bad shape, but it's like, no, I need to do more because you can do more. You can achieve it. And you've just bought into the comfort of fucking the donuts, of the junk food or whatever it might be. And I think everyone does that. It's the comfort killer. And that's why I refuse to, don't get me wrong, there's times of comfort. I'm not David Goggins where I'm like, no, you got to fucking stay hard all the time. But I also think there's a huge level that you need to be pushing yourself at.
Yeah, I think
moments.
it's you got to get comfortable with it's never going to be that comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like it's always going to be a little bit of a push to be like, no. Like, like don't get the parma, get the salad. Like the salad is more than enough food. Do you know what I mean? You get the chicken salad or like that's more than enough food and it's going to keep you slim.
Yeah.
And it's like those decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, but I'm going to get the parma twice and some entrees and the garlic bread. Yeah, it's those sorts of decisions. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, but the looping back, I think the time reminder of, oh fuck, look how long you've let this slide for. And for you listening, that might be, fuck man, I'm still in this job. Or that might be, we're still in the same position as a business, or I'm still, I'm still in this relationship that I don't want to be in, or I'm not in the relationship that I do want to be in. You know what I mean? Whatever that is for you, mending relationships, family, friends, like fucking time's passing, man.
Yeah.
Like time is going so fucking fast.
I think we really attract that to us when we're doing events as well. I think the people that are in the room are those people. Are the people where they're at a point in their life or their business where they're like, fuck, I need to do something more. It's not just, I'm going to go here because I'm going to have a bit of fun, even though we do have some fun at the events and we joke around a little bit. But I find that the vast majority of the people that are in the room and that also take action to then come to the next training or be part of a bigger program are those people where they're like, fuck, is this what it's going to be like? I need to do something different. I need to do something more. And I feel that there's a lot of people that are like that in this world. They just don't know where to begin. Okay, if you are like that, where would you begin? I know. If you were one of those people where your life's not where it needs to be, where would you begin?
I would try and get the quickest win I can get.
Yep. I think that's good.
That's what
Stack up some wins.
Yeah, and I would focus on, seriously, like everything above everything else is like, dude, and maybe this is just where my head's at now, but like if you got sick tomorrow, like fuck, you would drop the business, you would drop the clients, you would drop everything in a heartbeat.
I've seen it happen.
To get your health. Yeah.
I've seen people, there's a bloke I know who got real sick, had a brain tumor, and sold the business, sold the fucking everything.
Everything, nothing matters anymore.
Yeah, nothing matters.
It's like all of that goes straight out the window, and it's like, I need to get this sorted. Because if I don't get this sorted, that's not going to be the work. I reckon seeing someone die does stuff to you. And I think it makes you realize that the world moves on. You know what I mean? It's like that person's gone now. They're not here anymore. Wherever they are, who knows? But they're not here. And everyone, most people went to work next week.
Yeah.
And their lives carried on. And people were sad and some people grieved for a bit longer. And it's like, we're all working towards that point in time. Fucking wild, dude. Wild. And it's like when you get those reminders, like, oh, I'm just closer to that now. And I'm just closer to that. And I'm closer to that. And I haven't gotten the thing I want to get, or I haven't been able to, or the goalpost keeps fucking moving. And it's like, yeah, it's just, take this as your reminder.
Yeah. You bang on with what you said. I think the health thing's where you got to start.
Dude,
I think it has to be, no matter where you're at in your life, even if you are relatively healthy, like you've got to start, I think, physically, because then the mental will follow.
Yeah, I also think though, so if you're, for example, let's just say you're significantly overweight and you can get a quick win somewhere else, like you can get a quick win in business, I would get as a bit of a gamble, but I feel like the momentum, get momentum, man. Life is momentum. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I don't do enough. And I also feel like
I like that though.
Hey?
I like that though.
The feeling or that I said that?
No, I think both. I think it's good that you feel like you don't do enough.
Yeah, I feel like I don't do enough. I also know that people look at me and say, fuck, you got a lot going on.
Heaps. Yeah. I see that all the time. People don't understand.
Yeah. And I'm
how
like,
do you do, I get it all the time. Like, how do you do your construction? How do you do your builder relate? How do you do podcasts? How do you do all that sort of shit? And, yeah, as I said, you'll get criticized along the way too. Some from most of the people that love you the most, right? Trying to keep you safe and in the comfort zone. But then from other people who are just like, oh, we'll try bring him down. You know, he's doing too much. He's showing us up.
That's welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah. So take this as a reminder. You know, it's already halfway through 2026. You know, George, COVID happened in the last. So you understand, like we're 3 years away from COVID happening 10 years ago. Yeah.
When did it start?
It started in 2019.
Did it really?
End of 2019, yeah. We got shifted to working from home at the start of 2020.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So like 3 more years, 3 and a bit more years.
That's right.
It's going to be a decade.
Because I went to CGC in the States 2020.
Yeah.
And I got back and that was when like the first lockdown was. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so it's like we're 3.5 years away from COVID being a decade ago. Like think about that. That was a significant moment in life that is soon going to be talked about because it was 10 years ago. Like that's how
make movies about it. Back in the olden days.
Yeah, time is flying, man. And it ain't going to slow down. Stops for no man.
No one.
Or woman. Yeah. Do something.
Do something sick. Go out there and challenge yourself. Because you can achieve a lot more than you are probably currently doing, I reckon. I think everyone can. And that comes back to your comment about, I feel like I could do more. Because as I said, I think you do heaps.
Yeah, but also you want to, like, I know I'm going to kick the bucket one day. And it's kind of like you know what, man, like I want to kick the bucket and be like, fucking, let me tell you, gave this thing a good fucking shake. You know what I mean? Gave this thing absolutely, got nothing left in me.
And that's where I think, coming back to the children conversation, there's no element of it being regretful. No element.
I hope everyone listens to this movie.
There's this, I hope so too. I'd like to think the vast majority of people would. Even the people that their children are inconvenienced, they would agree with me. They would still say this is the greatest love I've ever had. Can't be fucked going to soccer training, but it's the greatest love I've ever had. There's this movie called, we'll finish up on this, Arrival. Obviously you've seen it. But
Clearly.
the premise of it is, it's actually an alien movie that has nothing to do about aliens.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So the whole premise, and I'm going to spoiler alert, so turn the podcast off, subscribe before you do.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to know what happens in the movie. So the whole premise of it is the lady has a child and then she has the option, she ends up finding out that when the child turns 14, it's going to die of cancer. And the option is put forward to her, would you still have the child knowing that it was going to die at 14? And that was the option put forward to her, and she chose to have the child, knowing fully well that no matter what she did at 14 years old, that child was going to die. And then the husband that she was married to found that out too, that she knew, and obviously divorced and said, how could you do that? We should never have had her. That's so selfish of you. And it just begs the question, like, would you still have the child knowing what you know, but also you're denying her that life, but you also know how much you're going to love her and she's going to love you? Or would you not have it to save yourself the pain or the child the pain? It was a very, very interesting question. And I don't...
What's your answer?
Yeah, that's the question that's the answer that it begs. Fuck, bro.
Because like that's
tough, man.
Yeah, but can they have another kid?
I don't know. That wasn't the question.
It's fuck. Okay, call a friend. No, yeah.
Very tough.
It's two sides to it. Because then you can say like, hey, it's like having a dog, man. Like a dog lives for that long, and I get it. Before everyone fucking flips out and says, "This is a kid."
No.
I understand.
You learn so much from dogs. You know, like I'm telling you, dude. Like you look at a dog.
Dogs are sick.
I've got a dog. Man, I go home, my dog runs to me every fucking day when I open up that door.
And you look at the kids and you're like,
yeah, you see, fucking what you're doing. But what I'm saying is a dog's time is so limited on this planet. They've got, what, 10 to 15
years, yeah.
at the most. How many times? And if you've got a family dog, right, and that's looked after, not abused, like looked after, how many times you look at that dog and it walk around like it's abused, like it's sad. Like, oh, fuck, today's the same day. Like, you serious? Oh, man, I'm just going to eat and shit
and they get so excited.
Yeah,
the littlest
the
thing.
smallest
Let's
thing.
go for a walk.
It's like, and it's like they're up like, this is the greatest day ever. Like, what?
Yeah.
What? The same dog food again? Are you serious? I cannot believe I've got this. Like, look at how much they are, like how joyful they are and how happy they are and how much love they bring to you and to family and to everyone. Like, their time is short and they don't waste any of that. They don't waste any of that worrying about fucking the fact that their dog food is the same, the fact that they're in the same home, walking the same route every single night for the dog walk. They don't care about any of that. They're just happy to be alive. They're happy to be there in the moment. They're happy to have the most of every opportunity. Yeah. You can learn a lot from fucking dogs.
Dude, and what do they live for? Like 700 weeks?
Yeah. Amazing.
It's not that long.
But if you put that into perspective with us, we don't live that long either. You know? Okay, you're saying, all right, we could live to 100. Most of us live to 70, whatever it is. We don't live that long either. Before you know it, it's fucking gone. All right, no one worries. You said all the people that have gone before us, most of the people on the planet right now are not thinking about them. No one's thinking about the Queen Elizabeth. No one thought about her today.
Yeah, all the people who have made
change the world,
impact on the world. Yeah,
change the world, let alone your own family. So sick. Good chat.
Urgency.
Have some urgency.
A little bit of urgency.
Yeah, that's a great way to sum it up. Have some urgency.
Like, come on, like
understand.
You need to go.
You need to fucking move
now. That's the truth.
Speaking of going, that's what we're going to do now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, $1 Million Days podcast, episode 1483. That's not correct. Don't fact check me on that, but one day we will say that. One day we will. And when we do say that, it's not going to be from a place of going through the motions or regretting anything, that's for sure. It's going to be through, how fucking good is this?
That's what you're going to say.
Listen to that. You're going to say, ladies and gentlemen, AI. Let me introduce you to Mr. Joe Rogan.
Listen.
How does it feel to have the second biggest podcast in the world? Too good.
That's it.
That's all, folks.
Thanks for listening.
See you later.
We'll see ya.